Indonesia's chief economic minister promising to increase transparency in the financial market and improve corporate governance after the stock exchange chief resigned to take responsibility for an $80 billion share rout. CNA's Saifulbahri Ismail with this report.
Indonesia's stock market had a volatile week after index provider MSCI warned that the country could be downgraded to frontier status over concerns about trading and ownership transparency. The benchmark Jakarta Composite Index dropped more than 8% on Wednesday and Thursday, marking its steepest two-day fall since April. Mr. Iman Rahman's resignation is being seen as a sign of accountability, with analysts saying that his acknowledgement of responsibility may help steady nerves, at least in the short term. They described it as an immediate response by authorities to signal that the seriousness of the situation is being recognized. Indonesia's chief economic minister Airlangga Hartarto says authorities remain committed to reforming the country's stock market. That positive sentiment appeared to be reflected in Friday's trading, with the IDX composite ending higher, suggesting a temporary positive reaction either to Mr. Iman's resignation or to other regulatory signals that have been announced. On Thursday, regulators announced a plan to double the minimum free float requirement to 15%. Regulators are also looking more closely at shareholder affiliations, including investors who hold stakes of less than 5%, an area that has raised concerns about transparency. Public companies that fail to meet the new requirements within a set time frame would be offered an exit policy. Regulators say communication with MSCI has so far been positive, and they are now waiting for feedback on the proposed measures, which they hope to implement ahead of the May 2026 deadline.
Kami juga melakukan koordinasi dengan seluruh pemangku kepentingan terkait sehingga proses reformasi yang dilakukan untuk penyempurnaan terhadap pengaturan dan pelaksanaan akan terus dilakukan, sehingga kesepahaman terhadap apa yang dimaksud dan memenuhi standar setara dengan internasional dapat dicapai dengan baik.
Analysts say long-term market stability will depend on concrete reforms, not just changes at the top. Market analysts argue that the resignation of the head of Indonesia's stock exchange alone is unlikely to calm markets in any lasting way, because the core issue flagged by MSCI relates to structural transparency problems rather than individual leadership. In that sense, the move is widely seen as a symbolic gesture, one that may offer short-term psychological relief but falls short of a long-term solution to the challenges facing Indonesia's capital markets. Saifulbahri Ismail, CNA, Jakarta.